Good morning. It's Thanksgiving, and I'm going to show you what we did with last night's deboned turkey and what we're going to do today with it. So here we go. Here's the turkey that I deboned, and you can see it's just sort of a mass of skin and flesh. See that there? So here we have the two breasts. And you see how I cut it here so I can flip that down there to cover up this little part of the skin. So that'll go just like that. So, and then what I also did was I took out the wings. See, they were right here. I chopped off the end of the wing, and this is the meat from the wing that has been pushed in from the wing, so that's now on the inside. Of course, I did the exact same thing with this side too, and so all those bones have been removed. And then of course I took the thigh bone out, and that's right here is where that was. I just cut alongside of it. You know, you see it here, and you cut along on either side, cut down, and then you get your finger underneath the bone, and then you take your knife and you just get it gradually under there and pop it up. And so you have it up, and then you scrape the meat down, and then you can take that right off there and leave it. I decided, however, to continue the process, and I took out the drumstick bone as well. Now that was considerably harder. I spent probably 45 minutes doing that. And what I did was, when I got it exposed, I cut around. You know, you have the first bone up. I don't take it apart. I cut around it so that it's like this, and eventually you get down to where you have the articulation from the thigh bone and then the top of the drumstick here. And then I just kept cutting, and then eventually you can push and scrape the meat down so that this is like this, and you're eventually scraping it down, and you get down to close to the end part here. One of the reasons people don't do that is that the turkey is full of these little tendon like bony things in here, and they are very tough, and I'm sure you've seen those on drumsticks. So I took a lot of time and took a lot of effort for me to I turned my stock down to take those out, because I really didn't know what I was doing, but I wanted to be able to get like this so that I'd have a pocket in here to put stuffing down in. And then of course what I did with the bone right through here, I took the back of my butcher knife and I whacked it here. It was kind of hard. It's much easier on a chicken to do that. But eventually I broke the bone, pulled it out, and then I just took my time and got all the little tendons and little bony things. In fact, there's one right there that's still in there. Look at that. Can you believe that? There's one still there. So let's see if we can just take that rascal out. See, just like that. And it comes out of there just like that. And what I did was you take a little rag, because it's very hard to get a hold of, and you pull it out. See that? There it is. And they're in there. There's like a dozen in each leg, so it takes a long time to find them and to remove them, so we'll get rid of that rascal. And so that when we're done cooking the entire thing, what we will have is this will come across like this will come across like this, we'll have the stuffing in the middle, and then we're going to tie this all together and make a nice little package. And what a chicken, Jacques Pepin called the chicken I forget what he called the chicken, but what I'm calling this is la bonne paquet de dana. I have no idea if that's correct. That's sort of French, and what I hope it means is the good bundle of turkey. So that's what we're trying to create here, is a good bundle of turkey. So we will cut it like this, and we'll make little steaks that'll have part stuffing and part meat. And a ballantine. That's what Jacques Pepin calls the same thing if it's done with chicken and stuff, and he called it a ballantine, B-A-L-L-O-T-I-N-E. I don't know if that's a French word or not. I assume it is, and I'm not sure what it means. But so what we're going to make is a paquet of turkey, a little bundle of turkey. So here's what we got. This, and I'm going to arrange my meat. Remember we had these little fillets that came from the immediate part of the breastbone. In other words, this part of the meat covers this part when it's on the carcass itself. So I'm going to use these, arrange my meat out like so. I'm going to use these parts of the meat right here so that we cover that little part of the skin that isn't very covered there between the thigh and the breast. And just a little couple other pieces of meat. I'm just going to put them right in there, like so. All right, get our leg out. There. See? So now we have one big layer of meat. And what we're going to do is we're going to put stuffing on that now. So let me grab my stuffing. I have what I think is more than enough stuffing, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use any leftover stuffing to put in a casserole, and I will do that in the stove. So we're going to dump this out here, because I really don't know how much this is going to take. Now my stuffing has been cooled. I made it this morning, and I just chose regular bread stuffing. I didn't make my own. I just purchased some Pepperidge Farm stuffing. I know that there are those out there that would prefer their own stuffing. That's great if you're good at that sort of thing, but I'm never really happy with my stuffing. I'm always happy with this stuffing. So now remember what I was going to do here? Let me show you. We're going to put the stuffing down into the leg. See how that is? Get that way down in there. And of course the same thing over here. Get those well stuffed. So let's do a trial run, see how we're doing here for size. We're going to fold one over. Oh yeah, I think that looks pretty good. I don't think it's overly stuffed. I guess I could put more stuffing in there if I really wanted to. Maybe I will put a little more in there. Let's see if we can get some more in. Now this is quite a bit of stuffing. I think we're looking at about a package and a half of the Pepperidge Farm, and according to their instructions this should feed 15 people, this much stuffing, and I have about a half a bag left over. Alright, and so this comes up like this, and what we're going to do is fold this up like this, and we're going to tie the whole thing together. I'm going to flip this over and we're going to tie it together. Now this is where I'm going to complete this part of my video, and I'm going to have a second part showing you how to string it up. So just a second.